If you ignore these 5 mistakes, you are going to look back in 10 years and wish you had avoided them. So here's the thing. These mistakes will cost you your business and your brand simply because they are the exact reason that separates a business that succeeds from the ones that fail. But after studying these mistakes, I found ways to avoid them that will help you build a brand and a business that is going to make money. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the 5 mistakes that are destroying your brand and how to avoid them. Mistake number 1, let's imagine you go to a restaurant, and in that restaurant, you find that they are preparing tacos, they are burgers, they have vegan food, they have for pizza, and a lot of foods that you can find in the restaurant. Then you start wondering, say, these people, they have this variety of food. Do they cook this food so well? It's the same thing with our brands. I remember the time that I was starting, I focused more about, making content, talking to entrepreneurs, talking to students, talking to just recording videos about myself, recording videos about the things that I was doing. Then one day I realized that there's something wrong about how I was growing my brand. I was talking to everyone, making content for everyone, making content for myself, and later I realized that I was talking to no one. So mistake number 1 that you need to avoid is being everything to everyone. The biggest mistake that most creators and entrepreneurs have when starting their brands is that they focus in talking to everyone. They go broad and they lose traction about whom they're targeting. And the best way to avoid such kind of a mistake is to focus on one audience and solving one particular problem. Have you ever seen 2 singers cover the same song? One will sound so unforgettable, relatable, and the music will sound so nice. But the other person will sound as though they are doing a karaoke or maybe they are miming to the song. It's the same thing that I've noticed with a lot of creators and entrepreneurs building their personal brands, is that they repeat the same scripts, the same videos, the same information in the videos that they are making, thinking that they will have the same success of other people, they will have the same views, they will have the same revenue being developed in their brands when they do exactly what others are doing. But what usually happens with your brand is that it becomes more invisible simply because no person wants to follow the person who copies. Everyone needs to be original and wants to follow someone who's unique. So mistake number 2 that you need to avoid is copying instead of creating. And the best way to solve such kind of a mistake is to bring your own experience and your unique perspective about the content that you are making. Because there is no one who is going to be able to duplicate or make the same content when you are being unique. So mistake number 3, let's imagine of your favorite superheroes. Let's think of Batman and Superman. Have you ever seen or wondered why Superman cannot wear the suit of Batman, or maybe Batman cannot wear the suit of Superman? So too many personal brands do the same mistake. Today they are talking about this topic, talking about productivity. Tomorrow they'll be talking about studying abroad. The next time they'll be talking about making money. The other time they'll be talking something about how to achieve anything. As it goes, the personal brand is everywhere without any identity. And the mistake that you need to avoid is a consistent identity. But if you want to build a strong personal brand, you need to focus on building a consistent identity and messaging to your people. This is because the followers or your audience are going to understand who you are and why they should follow you. Mistake number 4, the secret that most people don't understand is that they think that telling stories is what is going to help them grow an audience or people to buy into their story because it's theirs. No, people will only buy into your story simply because they see themselves in it. So the time I started building my brand, the mistake that I used to make was talk about myself as the hero in my achievements, in my stories and everything that I was doing. But later I realized that I was making a mistake because my audience was not there to cheer me up or maybe to glorify me of the things that I was doing. Then I started sharing about my story so that people can see that the journey that I have been on is the journey that they should also go on, and they will achieve the same thing that I have achieved. And people got to trust my brand and started trusting the process that I was on. So mistake number 4 that you need to avoid is to stop talking about yourself as the hero, but to position yourself as the guide who has been on the journey that people would want to go on. This will create trust in you and build inspiration to your audience because they believe that the things that we have achieved, they can achieve them too. Mistake number 5. Personal branding is like growing a tree. You don't get the shade the next day after planting your seed. So the mistake that most entrepreneurs and content creators need to avoid is that they should stop thinking that the views, money, and every reward that they need to achieve on their brands, they're going to start achieving it immediately. They start posting their first videos, their first 5 videos or 10 videos. So because this is a long game. And what usually happens is that with this mindset, you are going to feel like personal branding is a struggle. So mistake number 5 that you need to avoid is quitting too soon. This is because personal branding is a long-term game and it compounds over time. It's an asset where you keep on depositing your content, your videos, your information, your message, and over time you realize that this thing that started as one video has grown to 1,000 videos, to a number of videos that now can generate the income that you want, can bring in the number of views that you desire, and the things that you would like to achieve. But then there's too much competition when it comes to building a personal brand. So for you to stand out and to show up in a position that beats all that competition, I encourage you to watch this video where I share the tips and tricks that you can use. I say thank you for watching this video and reaching this far. I hope this video helps and see you in the next time.